Welcome back to the new Junk Room, everybody. It's me, the Junkman, coming back at you with a new video. Man, I tell you, I'm glad to have all this set up. I know it's a little tighter than I wanted it and everything. And I got a hot water heater over here and an air conditioning vent over here, so I hope you can hear me and everything. Oh, God dang it. Aggravating. Okay, can you see me good now? I know it's dark and everything. So what are we going to... I can't do this. Can't do this. Too small. Welcome back, everybody, to the new Junk Room. Still fooling with getting the lights in the right place, getting the camera at the right angle and everything. It's a little higher up than I wanted. Didn't realize that until the camera hit it. So I hope you enjoyed the new Junk Room. So let's not waste any more of your time. I'm good at wasting your time. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, I asked you, well, not you, I went on Facebook to a group that's about 80s and asked them about some forgotten action figure lines that maybe, that they remembered as a kid. Now, why didn't I ask you folks? Why didn't I go on my Facebook or Twitter account and ask you? Well, you and I, we all think alike. One thing, we're not going to come up with an action figure line that most people forgot about because everybody we talk to remembers about every action figure they had. So I thought it'd be more fun to go to somebody and ask them that's kind of not in the realm of watching videos like this one right here. You know, people with a life. But then again, they're on an 80s Facebook page group, so not much of a life, just a different kind of life. So I went and read them, got the replies right here, and I thought it'd be fun to go over at least 10 of them and see what you think. Maybe some of them you forgot. Or maybe some of them you're going to scratch your head and say, how can anyone forget about that? I think about that every second of my life. Well, let's not waste any more time. Let's go. Ronnie Jacob gives us our first one right here, and he says, I remember the action figure line Supernaturals. I believe it came out in the late 80s. Yes, I think it did. I think it came out around 1988. I didn't check my notes. 1986 Supernatural line. This is one of those weird, crazy lines that had holograms. Had a hologram face. And it was just a sticker, a hologram. But at the time, we thought that was far out, man. We couldn't believe it. A hologram. It was the coolest thing we ever saw. Thank you, Ronnie. Number 9 comes from a good poster on Facebook. Russell Tidwell's gonna write in to tell us about an action figure that he forgot in the 80s, or he thinks maybe you forgot in the 80s. Dino Riders. Dino Riders. This was an action figure line I think it was made by Tyco, where they tried to make dinosaurs cool, at least for boys. Guess what, Tyco? Dinosaurs are already cool. All little boys love dinosaurs. You don't have to make it cool and add features. Little boys don't need dinosaurs with machine guns. Dinosaurs are, as the kids say today, the bomb. What are we up to? Jacob Thomas writes in with a toy line he forgot in the 80s. But then again, if he forgot about it, then how's he writing it in to tell us that he forgot about it? Anyway, what did he say? Well, he went into the 90s, although I said keep it into the 80s, the Crash Test Dummy action figure line. Can you believe this? An action figure line based on a PSA commercial about wearing a seatbelt in a car. No, I'm not talking about an action figure based on that 90s band that sings Once there was this kid who had too much junk in his junk room. Once there was this kid. Why did I start singing in the tone of Star Blazers? Anyway, what was he though? The Incredible Crash Test Dummies. That's right. Larry, and I forget the other guy's name. I don't know what they are. I didn't look into it, but they made toys based on this PSA about wearing a seatbelt. What would have Larry and the other dummy crash into a wall, and they would say, look, this is why you wear a seatbelt, so your cockles don't end up in a passenger seat. Everybody knows that one, don't they? Okay, let's see. Oh, we got a girl wrote in this time. Yes, we did. Amber Tambourine has an action figure she forgot in the 80s, and that is Shrinkadinks, Amber, Shrinky-Dinks were not action figures. They were barely toys. What was Shrinky-Dinks? It was like a little drawing you did and put in the oven. It was more of a burn your hands at home nightmare than an action figure line. Sorry, Amber. You suck. See what else we got here. Where are we at? I forgot. What number are we on? Number 6. And this one's written in by Sammy Simmons. It's going to be a good one. You know whenever Sammy Simmons posts something on Facebook, it's going to be a good one. So what did he write in for the action figure that he forgot about? Visionaries. What was Visionaries? I don't know. I remember this line, or I remember seeing pictures of it. I never had it, but guess what? It had holograms on it. That's right, once again, holograms. I don't know why everyone thought holograms in the 80s were cool. It would look so science fiction, holograms. They were on baseball cards, t-shirts, action figures, and yes, there were holograms on holograms. Visionaries, the action figure line. Did you forget about it? Well, Sammy Simmons didn't. See what else we got. Where are we at now? Number 5. Number 5. This one comes from Andy Andrews, and he's going to say, hey, does anyone out there remember He-Man? He-Man. Does anybody remember He-Man figures? Question is, has anybody ever forgot about He-Man? Come on, Andy. Maybe this wasn't the best plan for a video. Where are we at? Got my note cards out of order. Thanks, Andy. This one comes from Larry Wampa. And Larry, are you sending stuff on Facebook?
Not my fault. You know I'm always posting on Facebook.
Let's read it anyway. Larry says, do you remember Brave Star? Of course I remember Brave Star. Never had it. I was a Star Wars guy. But what was Brave Star? Well, they took the concept of Star Wars that all kids were into, science fiction toys, and a concept that kids' parents liked, Westerns, cowboys. Yeah, they merged Luke Skywalker with Gabby Hayes. And what did they come up with? Brave Star. Yep. Cowboy action figures that took place on a new planet called New Texas. Whew, I wonder if Bob Wills is still the king on the new planet Texas. Well, it didn't really go over. The figure line wasn't a big hit. Who would have thought? Kids didn't want to play with cowboys from outer space. But at least it wasn't as bad as that movie, Cowboys and Aliens. Then again, there's not much else. Then again, what else is worse than that? What we up to now? Number 3 is written by Esther Esterson. She writes in and says, when I was a kid, my favorite action figure line was Golden Girls. Golden Girls? No, not the not the television series, although I think that's very good, and I did enjoy Betty White's portrayal as Dorothy. I would always love to play with the action figure line, Golden Girl. This was kind of like a rip-off She-Ra line, I guess, but I think it was a little bit for She-Ra. I'm not sure. I didn't really look into it. But it's a female action figure line, and I can't really say much more about it than it looked like this right here. Does that look like something you want to play with? Does it look like something I played with?
I remember you had a shoebox full.
Shut up, Larry. He doesn't, I swear I didn't play with this line. Don't listen to Larry. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I promise you. I did not play with Golden Girl.
Well, you bought every one they had, and you always put them in the bed with you.
That's not considered playing, Larry. What are we up to? Number 2, which means we only have 2 more left. Ooh, exciting, exciting. What is number 2? Darren Stevens writes in to tell us that he remembers the line, Bionic Six. No, not the $6 million man. They just kind of took the name and switched it around to the Bionic Six. What was the Bionic Six action figure line? It was these figures right here. Now, again, I don't know much about this action figure line. To me, it looked like it was trying to take sales away from the Rambo line. But I remember this toy. I remember seeing it in Zayre's, and I remember my grandma trying to buy it for me because I didn't have the Star Wars figure I wanted that day. But you know what? I almost bought it. But then I saw one of the action figures came with a baseball glove and a baseball bat. Sorry, toy company executives. You're not going to fool me into liking sports. I don't like sports. That brings us to the last one. Don't cry. Who is this one by? It's by Will Thornberry, who said he grew up on this action figure line and never hears anyone ever talk about it. Ring Raiders. Now, I'm not sure this classifies as an action figure line, but it does qualify as a forgotten toy. Who wants to remember this? This was the toy company's way of getting boys into wearing jewelry. What was Raider Riders? It was a ring you put on your finger with an airplane on it. Now, I know what you're thinking, a ring and an airplane. It might look pretty cool. No, it was a ring with a long stick and an airplane so you can make it do like this and fly. Great concept, right? Psh, come in, Maverick. Yeah, you could see that, although it probably would. You'd have to hold your hand like this and be all awkward, and you could put 2 rings on. Watch out, nosedive. But what if you wanted to play with more than 2 airplanes? Can you imagine having 4 rings on your finger and 5 on this one? Who came up with this? I don't know. That was probably the stupidest toy line of the 80s. If I did the stupidest toy lines of the 80s, you bet your bottom dollar that would be in the top 100. Who said that? I don't know. I don't care. Anyway, tell me about some forgotten toy lines that you remember and many people don't. And until the next video... Oh, let me know what you think about the junk room. Sorry it's so high. I'll work on the camera angle, I guess. But you gotta see the desk. You gotta see my mug. However, this mug, it doesn't matter what mug you see, I guess. This thing on. Hello? Anybody out there? Anyway, let me know what you think about the new junk room. Let me know about some forgotten toys. And until the next video, you guessed it, thumb up this one, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again very soon. That sucked.
Junkman. Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.
So let's take a look at the junk room one more time. That's my toilet. I'm sorry about that. You got the Falcon up there. Let's pan down. I'll get some better pictures. My Funko Pops have made it into the junk room. My Hot Wheel collection of movie cars. I did a video on those in case you want to check them out. An AT-AT, a man-to-man on card, carrying case, a vintage carrying case. Sorry for the squeaky chair. Let's see. Of course, we got the Alien. We got all the Boba Fett's. We got a custom-made, unpainted Boba Fett, original Boba Fett, Rocket Boba Fett, and retro Boba Fett. Skipped, Junkman name. Of course, we got X-Wing. I like this right here. Let me show you this. I really like this. Pick these up at Michael's. Look at that. I need to redo that one. That's pretty cool. In fact, I got both of these at Michael's. Let's go back to this one here. I like that. There's vintage lunch boxes, but yeah, I got these at Michael's. They were buy one get one free, or yeah, I think they were buy one. Yeah, buy one get one free online. So you're looking at about 40 each, but I think it's pretty cool. And then we got a little Castle Grayskull. That's probably the newest thing here. 8-track Star Wars. My original Nintendo. Still got my Bart Simpson sticker on it. Oh no, I knocked over He-Man. Got Indiana and the 18 van. There's my hot toy right there. Boba Fett, Junkman VHS tape. Indiana Jones shelf with some vintage cards back there. And more of a newer shelf. Probably gonna change this one out. Got rid of a lot of the new stuff. Don't really have much room to display stuff as I did. These Black Series figures fall over. Everybody have that problem. And of course, we've got a land speeder right here with Walrus Man and Greedo in it, and the Death Star playset I turned into an arcade. So I hope you enjoyed that right there. But that's a look at the new junk room. Like I said, it sits up a little higher than I wanted, but thought you guys might like to check it out and enjoy it anyway. Thank you for watching. Be back very soon.